Okay, good evening. I'm so glad you're here. It's 6 o'clock, so we're going to go ahead and get started. This is not going to take very long. Okay, I have a quick PowerPoint, 10 slides. It's going to take us less than 15 minutes to go through it, and then you're going to have a chance to fill out all the paperwork, to get your QR codes, to make sure I have your COVID vaccine cards, and all of that before you go, so that I'm not calling you later and saying, I need this, what about that? There's just all kinds of things. So, here we go. And I think I know most of you. I'm Lori Ray. I'm the superintendent, most days. That's what they tell me. Yay, here we go. Okay, and I don't have my little thing, so. Okay, so our departure plans have changed just a little bit. We're gonna model ourselves similar to what they do for honor flight, which means we're not gonna go up the night before and try to spend the night at the Hilton, and then their little van can take 41 of us in 9 trips back and forth to the airport, and we have to be there by 4 in the morning. So we're gonna do what honor flight does. We're gonna leave in the middle of the night, and we're young. Those folks are old, so it's gonna be great. We're gonna meet at 12:30 here in the high school community room. Okay, and so the performers, when they get there, they're going to pick up their meal money. Every performer gets $150 cash towards meals. Okay, $150 cash towards meals. They'll sign for that, they get that, and then they're going to just check in with their staff member. Okay, just so that we know they're all there. Then at 1 o'clock, we're going to head to the airport. What we're going to do is we're going to have 2 buses because we're taking 2 flights. Don't ask me, we didn't book it. It's just Manhattan Productions. So one group's going on American Airlines. There's 29 of us. The rest are going on Delta. Okay, those are 2 separate terminals. So it isn't like we can, and the FFA, they really don't want buses. FAA really doesn't want buses. They don't want buses like hanging around outside there. Imagine that. So we're going to take the 2 buses. We're going to drive straight up. We'll stop probably Ottawa, have a little break, and then we'll get on. Okay, we'll get to the airport. What else? These are the flight numbers. I'm going to send you all of this just so you have it, and it's in this other packet. Some of those flight numbers have changed as of today, and so as of today, this is what it is. Maybe something different tomorrow. If the flight numbers change, we'll let you know before we leave, okay? So the buses are going to drop us off right there at the terminal, which will be really handy so that we can just unload and go in. The school district will pay for the checked bag. 1 bag per person, it can't weigh over 50 pounds. And you think, well, 50 pounds, that's a lot. We're not gonna be there for very long. And I say that, and the last time I traveled, my bag was 53 pounds, and I had to take 3 pounds out. But anyway, less than 50 pounds, okay? And the school district will pay for that. So the 29 that'll come, I'll have a district credit card. 13 that go to the other place will have the card as well. So you don't need to worry about that. Saturday, what we're going to do is we're going to arrive and check in at the hotel. It's different times for different groups because the flights don't all leave at the same time. During that time, once we get there, we have to have the COVID screening for the performers. And that's where that QR code comes in. It was before all these pieces of paper, and some of you filled those out, which was great. They changed their mind. They don't want all that paper. They want you to register online. So I have the QR codes. We can do that if you haven't done that already. It's really pretty easy. I registered Emily, even though she's 21. It's not too bad. We're going to have some time that day to eat and explore, and then we have rehearsals that evening for a chunk of the evening. Sunday, it's pretty much, we're going to rehearse, we'll get up, eat, rehearse until 1, have a little bit of time to do some eating and exploring, that kind of thing, and then Wicked on Sunday night. And that's where you would wear like church clothes or dress up clothes, something nice. Maybe not jeans with a whole bunch of holes in them. Maybe, or a belly shirt or whatever, that kind of thing. Okay, Monday, we've got rehearsal. There's a little break for lunch. Now, all the rehearsals until Monday afternoon are actually at the hotel. So that works out great. We won't have to go anywhere. So that Monday, they'll start, rehearse in the morning, then we'll have lunch, then we go to Carnegie Hall for a sound check, so we'll be leaving, then we have dinner, then we go to Carnegie Hall for the concert, which doesn't start until 8 o'clock, and then there's a reception that starts at 10:30. In New York, nothing really starts till late. That's kind of how that works. You'll think, gosh, it's like the middle of the day here, and it's really the middle of the night. They're busy. So Tuesday, that's the last day there. We'll have a chance to eat and explore some different things. We'll check out of the hotel, and then we travel home. So the bus picks us up, or the charter, whatever it is, picks us up at the hotel at 3:20 that afternoon, and we head to the airport. The Flights get in 8:45, 9:45. It's going to be probably midnight or so, maybe 1 when we get back, okay? And when we get back, we're just going to come right here to the high school. So if your kid needs a ride or whatever, kind of be ready to wake up in your jammies and come pick them up, okay? So now there's like 3 pages of housekeeping things. I love to travel, and it's usually just like me and 3 other people. When it's 41 people, it's like, wow, there's a lot of stuff. So there's the QR code to get your COVID test. It was in the email. Raise your hand. Have you done that? Have you gotten your QR code? Maybe? Okay. You only have to do it if you're going to perform. We have these sheets, so you can scan it with your phone, and it takes you right there, and you can fill it out, okay? I did it this afternoon. It's really not very hard, and Emily is here. She's going to help us back there. She helped me today, okay? The other thing is, everyone that's going on the trip, we have to have a copy of your COVID card, because what I have to do is certify it. Anyway, so I just have to have a copy of it, keep it. Not to worry, when we get back from the trip, I'll just shred it. I really don't want it. It's not anything, you know. But just so you know, I have to have, even for the adults, I've got to have a copy so that I can certify that. For high school kids, there is this field trip permission form. Some of you had filled out a couple pages. Some of the dates have changed and who's in charge has changed. So that's going to need to be updated. I have a few of those. And there's your insurance page on the back. If you're sitting there thinking, did I do this? Has my kid done this? I've got a list of who's done what and everything that's been turned in, so I know, you know, if you need it. Okay? What else? Oh, just a heads up. When it comes to meals, you have the performers have $150 cash. Meals in New York are different than meals like in PK. So on the government website, and it really costs more than this probably, but this is what the government says is average. It's about $18 for a breakfast, about $20 for a lunch, and about $36 for a dinner, so that you can just kind of make sure you've got your cash and have planned accordingly. I'll send these 2 links in your email. They're the baggage links. So you can look to see how big can it be, what the dimensions are, all that, okay? You'll check one bag. You can have one carry-on and one personal item. Personal item's like a purse. It is not like Emily's big Coach purse that like weighs 50 pounds full of, no, like a little purse and a backpack, or you know, something like that, okay? So what we're gonna do is, I've broken the kids up into groups. You got to select who you roomed with, right? And so those were already kind of divided up. So I took those, and there are 6 different 503 staff members that are going on this trip. And so they're going to be the 6 kind of contact people. And so there will be students that will be assigned to them. And what that means is they're going to make a little group text with all their phone numbers and that person's going to be just checking on them, making sure. Or did you get to rehearsal? Do you have what you need? Do you not feel good? You need a Tylenol? Make sure you eat, those kinds of things, okay? So that'll be their go-to person. So my phone number is up here. So if you need to call, if you're thinking, why is my kid not responding? They're in New York and they're not answering me. Maybe it's because they're a teenager. I don't know. But if you're worried about it, just call me or text me would be better. And tell me who you are. So that I know, okay? Because once we get to going, the kids are going to be really busy. They're not going to have time to call and say, oh, this is what they may have time of an evening afterwards, but it may be really late. So I wouldn't expect a whole lot of play-by-play, blow-by-blow. This is kind of what we're doing from your kid, okay? Because they're going to be too busy having a good time and singing and all of those things, okay? What else? That was it? Pretty fast. I told you it'd be pretty quick. So, yes.
Are we going to be able to see the performance, or will it be recorded?
Someone asked that. Will the performance be recorded, or will we be able to see it? No. Anytime you go to a big show like that, it's like you can't take out your phone, you can't use your flash, you can't record, and so, it will not be, which is disappointing. And I don't know if maybe they'll have a DVD that they'll sell later. I do not know. If they have one there, I can buy one and we can probably burn some. Well, no. And this is on the live stream. No, I would purchase them. That's what I would do. Yeah, that would be great. Okay, any other questions? We're going to have a good time. It is going to be a lot of fun. But there is some paperwork I really need for you to do before you leave. And so that's what we've got this evening, is just time. Emily can hand out paperwork, and Jeff can make copies of your COVID cards, because he's back there, Mr. McGee's, run the copy machine. So, yes.
I really hate to be a stick in the mud.
But,
You know,
yeah.
what is the policy, since we get back so late on Tuesday night, what is the policy for attendance of school students on Wednesday morning?
Well, we should,
Even those of us that are,
adults, you better be at work. Weaver, I'll be at work. No, I really think we should be home by 12, 12:30, 1 o'clock. I would think so, and I'm sure. Just use your best judgment. If you're tired, I mean, that's a parent thing. And if you call, then, well, it's not your parent's thing, but you know what I mean. So I really think, I don't know, a lot of times kids are up enough at night that they going to sleep at 1 o'clock. And the thing is, they can sleep on the bus on the way home and the airplane. So should be able to make it, unless you're just really tired. Right, just really, really tired. And I'm not going to worry. I mean, I'm not going to argue about that. So, because you might be a little jet lagged. Maybe. Need to rest a little. What else? What other questions have you got? What other things do you want to know? Oh, I have those lists up here. We're just going to hand those out. Here, do you want to hand those out? Who's got them?
Everybody gets one of these.
Yeah, you can hand those out.
Everybody gets those.
Yeah, everybody gets one of those. That just tells them who their adult is so that they know. And so alumni, we went ahead and just put you in a group with a person, because we're just, that way we can just all go together. And it doesn't mean like everyone in my group is going to be together all the time. No. But I'm going to know where you're at and what other adult you might be with.
Say, how is the sightseeing going to?
So what we're going to do is try to, the time that we have is so very limited. And so there are 2 or 3 big things that maybe folks want to do. And so once we get there, we'll decide, okay, Weaver's going to take this group to Top of the Rock. Who wants to go? Tell your 503 adults so that they know. Oh, Barkus wants to go to the 9/11 Museum. Who wants to go? You know, and now the 9/11 Museum does cost $32 to get in. So, and like, oh, Lori wants to go and to the Art Museum. Okay, so who wants to go? Those kinds of things. And then it'll be, or I want to go to the cakes place, or, you know, do a little shopping or something like that. But we'll break up that way. There'll be some options, and then kids will go with an adult. So, and the kids know they don't go anywhere by themselves. There's 2 of you at a time. I'm not sure what's really in the hotel in regard to food. When I looked, I thought there were restaurants or something, but when I looked, looks like you can eat breakfast there. Or go to the bar, and you can't go to the bar, so breakfast. That'll be it. So, what else? So if you are an alumni or an adult, you don't have to fill out the student accident stuff, and the student stuff, but you still have to have a COVID card copy. If you're a performer and you are an alumni, you have to have a QR code and your COVID card, okay? If you were a student, you have to have the QR code, the COVID card, and the insurance and field trip stuff, okay? So if you're a high school kid, there's 3 things to turn in. If you're an alumni, there's 2 things to make sure you have. If you're an adult chaperone, there's 1 thing you have to have. Yes, I do. And I've got the ladies in the office have helped me, and I've got a lot of details. So I've already got checked off who's turned in COVID cards, who's turned in different things, so I know. And I will find you if you haven't turned it in, okay? Any other questions? So take a minute and go ahead and do that stuff. If you need help with the QR code, let me know. The first time I did it, it took me to some wonky place, so it's not right. I had to do it again. But it was, once I got to the right spot, it was easy. Yes? You need a QR code? Do you have the paper? Do you have the paper? Nope. you need QR code? Do you need,
She says she's got it all.
you've already done it all? So you have the QR code?
Yes.
Because if we get there and you, are you 18? Over 18?
Over 18.
Okay, so then you can all else failed, you can register yourself again. Okay. Just raise up a kid. Do you have yours, Avery? You need birth codes?
Yes. I have a screenshot.
So then you guys, as long as you got a screenshot or email.
So she forgot her COVID card though. She
I'll
can
bring
bring
it
it
Just bring it
tomorrow.
to school tomorrow.